Hi everyone, my name's Natalie. This is my first video, so please excuse me if I don't have a cameraman, haven't used a tripod before. I'm hoping this is all going to be of some help to somebody. So I'm just starting the Jason Vale 28-day juicing plan. And I'm going to do separate videos every day with updates of them. I actually started yesterday. And I just got my juicer, which I spent lots of time researching. So I got that yesterday too. And if you're like me and you just want to be able to put things together, I just wanted to put a video up to show how to put this together and what you get. So I chose this one because it's the slowest of the slow juicers. And slow juicers, if you're not very familiar with juicers, I didn't know anything about them. I've never done any juicing before. If you don't know anything about them, slow is good. So it retains more nutrients and enzymes. There's less oxidation. So I'll just quickly run through this. My daughter has actually got something in the oven, so that is going to make me be quick with this video. So I went for the black one. I don't know if you can see on here, there's all different colours that you can get. I went for the black one, obviously, as you can see. You get this cup, cup thing with it. I probably won't use that, to be honest, because I prefer not to have things plastic. Of course, all of these products usually are plastic, so there's nothing you can do about the juicer being plastic. You get 100 juice recipes book. I'm going to just move everything a little bit closer as I work through it. So you get the manual, of course. So this is the tamper. If you're not used to juicing, that's for squashing all the stuff down. Although I used this yesterday for the first time and I didn't actually really need it at all, almost. So you have the base here. I'm just going to bring everything forward and I'm hoping you can see all this okay. So here's the base. You've got an on, an off and a reverse button, which I have used the reverse button yesterday. It goes together, it's so simple to put together. So you've got the base, which just slots in there. There's some little, something I need to tell you about that. So you just got these little things that lock it in place. So the base goes in there, but I don't know if you can see this, but there's like a little silicone tab. I wouldn't be too rough with it, just treat it with a bit of care. And that comes out, makes it really easy for cleaning. It's all really easy to clean anyway. That's usually the downside of the slow juices, is that they're not easy to clean. Or they take a little while. Now what you must do, and I'm going to put a little note on here until I get used to remembering, because when you wash it up you've probably pulled it out, but you must put it back in again before you put it on, because otherwise you'll have your juice potentially leaking out. So that's really important. Put a little note on here before you start, especially if you're juicing regularly. So one of the other things I'm going to do is regular updates of how I'm getting on with the actual plan, which is 28 days, 4 juices a day, 2 thinnies and 2 thickies. So I'll show some of the videos of me making those. But really this is just about putting together this juicer if you've bought one or if you're thinking about buying one. I love it, absolutely love it. On one hand I'm thinking I wish I'd got into juicing before, on the other hand I'm pleased I haven't, because I'd have probably bought another juicer and this is really new. So the next bit is the strainer. Now there are 2. This is the main one you'll probably use. Now in the manual it's got all of these items except this one. So you've actually got 2. This one is for nut milk. So the nut milk one is solid stainless steel in the middle, and the one that you use for juicing has got little tiny holes in it. So I'm hoping you can see all this. So that just presses in, all goes together really, really easily. Then this is the auger. I'm getting used to all the terminology. So you've got a little bit there that just goes into the bottom. And when you put it in, it just pretty much, it's quite heavy and it weights down. But as you put it in, just give it a little twist. You'll feel the resistance as that's the blade moving. Not the blade, but the motor thing moving, spindle. So if you were using nut milk, you put this one in, but for juicing, you use this one. And then there are 2 cups and they've got a lid. I'll talk to you about that in a second. They stack really nicely together. I'm not sure how much of this you can see because I haven't got a cameraman. So this one, the bigger one, is a 1 litre one, I think, is for the pulp. They're all contoured, they're curved slightly so that they fit really nicely around the edge. So round the back of the jug, you'll see, this is the one that, I hope you can see this. This collects the pulp, so you put that way. I'll turn that back around. So the big one collects the pulp. I can't see any reason why you don't swap them around if you think you're going to have a lot of juice. Oh, that's another thing with the slow juicers. Not only do you have all the other benefits, but also I think you get a higher yield because it really does press all of the juice out. And that's the one for the juice. So you've got like a little thing here, which is quite easy to grip because it's got ridges in it. So that releases the juice. As this starts to fill up, you push that out and then it's like a little gateway, lets the juice out. I would be a bit careful. It does come out with quite force. So you might even want to just do that as it comes out, just to make sure you catch it all and it doesn't slip. And then you just close it back up again and it builds up in here and then you let it out. Then you have, I'll just go on to this quickly. There's a lid. This does seem to fit both of the, it's a bit awkward doing it in this position, but it does fit both of the, seem to fit both of the jugs. And then what you do is when the lid is on, you can use this vacuum pump and then it gets the air out once you've got the juice in there, and you can just put it in the fridge and you've removed the air and it keeps it from oxidizing and it doesn't separate. And now maybe I didn't put this on right because I'm at a funny angle. So that's that. So I haven't really used the lid yet because the few juices that I've done, I have just drunk straight away, which is better if you can do it, but if you can't, this is the best option because to be able to extract the air out, you're keeping as much of the nutrition in there as possible and it doesn't split and separate like some juices do. So that was the nut milk one. Oh yes, so the lid. Oh my God, I love this. Right, so this is a bit like a food processor. So there's like a white tab there. So it won't work if you haven't got the lid on properly. Because I'm doing this at a bit of a funny angle. Hang on. Right, I'll try and do this. I might come around the other way to do this. So it really does go on very easily. It's just because I'm being a bit cat-handed. And then you just slot it into place like that. And as you put the fruit in, this is really good. I don't think any other juicers do this. This is just the Froothie Evolve that does this. As you put the fruit in, it just, even if it's really quite a big, I put quite a big beetroot in yesterday, and as you turn it, it just drops down into where it has to go. So there's no trying to ram it in, which is what the temper is here if you do need it, if there's a bit that's got sort of caught on the edges, but I haven't really needed it. What else was I going to say to you about this? There was something else. I can't think what it was now, but this is great. It's really easy to clean. Rinse and just don't leave it. Just rinse it straight away at worst and give it a quick wash. Everything comes apart really, really easily. Oh, I was going to say as well, if you're doing juicing, it's not very good for your teeth to brush your teeth straight away. So if you can't leave it for about an hour before you brush your teeth, I got these. I know they're probably everywhere, but I thought these were fantastic. So Home Bargains, if you've got Home Bargains near you, they do two that look really similar, and they do them in like a bronzy colour as well, and I think they do some. But I like stainless steel because I try to use plastic as little as possible. But what I liked about these, they were like £1.49, and they've got like a little tiny brush in there, and I used one yesterday, and they're thick enough to take in quite thick smoothies. Obviously, if you've got big lumps of banana that haven't blended properly, they're going to get stuck. But there's like a little straw brush in there, and it's really, really good. Super, because that's one of the things we don't really use. Hang on, the timer's going off. Timer's gone off. I've run off with the microphone still attached. So anyway, that's the juice all put together. Oh yes, that's what I was going to say, is don't put stuff in too fast. Just put one thing in and let it do its thing, put another thing in, and it's really quiet too. It's just this really quiet hum. You'll hear when I do some other videos. I'm going to have to be quick because otherwise my daughter's thing's going to burn in the oven. But don't put too much in because you will then clog it. I haven't had any issues with it yesterday. I'll be back to do individual videos. I'll separate it for videos to talk about the plan and how I'm getting on with that on a day-to-day basis, and then separate videos about the juicing. If you want to keep up to date with how I'm getting on and see other recipes, please do subscribe. And if you click the little bell, you'll also get notifications when I've put a new video up. Thanks very much. I hope you've been able to see all of this, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.